had to do some cutting this morning in what would normally be my day job working hours, and that's because my dad, who I work for, wanted some wood from this log. He needed it today. But everyone's gone home now, so I'm going to flip the log and carry on working through it. This morning I tried to flip it with the log turners, but still the sawmill wasn't quite man enough, so I'm going to have to use the forklift again. Hopefully that's the last time, and the next time that I need to flip it, hopefully the sawmill, the hydraulics will be able to manage it. Okay, gonna call it a day again. Still haven't got through the log. Big old pile of wood here. These last couple of boards weren't as nice, but mostly it's been really good stuff. Still got a big cant left to cut, so that's going to be another evening. Probably not tomorrow because it's Friday. Monday evening maybe. And then finally be finished. That's a pile of most of the wood so far. This is the last cant on the sawmill now, just popped it on there. It's small enough that the log turner is going to be able to deal with it, so I'll get it straightened up and carry cutting thin boards that eventually get used for tile batten. And then this is the last hurrah, and I would have cut the biggest diameter log I've ever had on the sawmill. I need to stop cutting there because my blade's blunt. On the last 3 boards probably, I could see that the blade was diving a bit. On this last board, the boards are supposed to be 20mm thick. It's 20 at the bottom, gets up to about 28, and then back down again to 15mm. And just because the blade's blunt, it's not clearing out the sawdust as well as it should in the gullet. It's starting to rise and dive as it cuts through the cant. So it's not good enough to carry on. I haven't got any more sharp blades. My saw doctor's here tomorrow to collect some, but it'll be a while before they come back. So I wasn't too worried about the boards that got ruined because I'm just cutting through and through, and you can see the boards that were a bit dodgy were through the heart. So they're not particularly nice anyway. This is just shape from the heart, and we wouldn't really have used these boards too much anyway. That is not the end of the log. This is what's left, but it is the end of the video. Would have finished tonight if my blade had lasted a bit longer, or if I had a spare sharp blade available that I could quickly chuck on instead of a pile of blunt ones. Thinking about the log overall, I did get a lot of nice timber from it, as I've said, but I would say that it was not worth it when you take everything into account. It was a hassle because of the size. It was difficult getting the log on. It was a problem to keep chainsawing pieces off the log to get it down the throat of the sawmill. It was a hassle using the strop and the forklift to turn the log, and something that's often underestimated is just the delay caused by me trying to be careful. I would keep having to be looking left and right as the sawmill went down the log to make sure that I wasn't hitting anything, there were no collisions, and even though I was being careful, a couple of times I did hit the log, and I've got some scuffed paintwork on there now. It was the maximum I've ever had on here, 1.1 metres at the big end. I am pleased that I've done that and that I've cut that now, a little personal best, but I won't ever cut anything that big on here again. And if I get anything that size or anything a bit bigger, I'll have to rip it down with a chainsaw mill or something first to make it manageable on the sawmill, so I can utilise all the hydraulics and really make it worthwhile, worth my time to cut the log. Apart from that, I want to say thanks for watching. We'll keep going, a few more videos, and hopefully you'll watch the next one. Cheers.